What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? How is everybody tonight? Let's go. Let's get right into it, man. What's good, y'all? Net Stars, what's popping, G? How are you, Net? I hope you've had a good day, homie. How is everybody? Let's go. I'll just be loud for the fuck. I'm just being loud for the heck of it, you know. Just being loud for the heck of it, man. We're gonna break down today what all we know about Diddy. What we know about Diddy. We're going to go through what everybody's saying or what Tissa's saying because she's the only one I trust, actually. She is the only one I trust. Hello, Ivory. How are you? How are you? How are you? Diddy. Diddy, 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 Diddy. Diddy, Diddy, Diddy. What up, Just? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? All right. Let's see here. Letting everybody just slowly come up in here. Yeah. This is some good stuff right here, Ill Love. What's popping, G? What's popping, big boy? How are you, dog? How are you guys, man? I don't know. Okay, good. All right, so we know for a fact we know for a fact that Diddy has been raided. This right here is about Justin King. Let's hear what they have. Hear what she has to say about Justin and King Combs.
How y'all doing today? Well,
Concerned about the children, right? Like, did he put these kids and like raise these kids in this? That if so, that's very sinister, man. To teach your kids how to be like in the like sex industry and things like that. And that's what he's done, basically. I think that's what he's done.
baby, if you are Sean Diddy Combs, I know you are sick. However, he felt when he had to settle with Cassie, and we saw him outside of Star Island, one of the places that got raided, looking sick with his assistants, what is it, Christine Corum, and he looked like he was about to throw up. Baby, times that by 8, add on 20, divide by 10, and then multiply by 50. And that's how sick Diddy feels.
Welcome back, King Cobra. Welcome back.
What we want to talk about is that whole thing that we were covering last night with Diddy's jets. There was so much going on. We were reporting everything we heard off of the internet in record time. But one thing that actually an item that came up was where his place, what his plane was. Where was Diddy? Where was Diddy? It was reported through TMZ that the feds were actually looking for Diddy. Diddy, for a moment, was on the run. Here's the thing. It seems like one of the reasons it took the feds so long to find him, and by so long, I mean not long at all, because like I said, the feds run the air traffic control, was because sources are saying, right? Well, the streets are saying that Diddy was trying to evade talking to the feds.
Who? Yeah, of course he was.
Decoy jet.
Of
for
course.
4 hours. And even when he used that decoy jet, baby, the feds still got him. But guess what? Not only did they get him, they arrested one of the people that works closely with them on a possessions charge. Interviewed Diddy, detained Diddy, right? Held him for questioning, then just took cell phones, let him go, and let him be on his way. And Diddy was seen walking around, pacing
Facts.
after they left, crying. Why you crying?
Yeah, why you crying now? Why cry now, homie? If you've been doing all this shit to these people
If
this
you
long,
weren't trying to evade the feds. Now, listen, we don't pretend to know what's in Diddy's mind, but just listen to this because it's an interesting theory. Not only that, after they detained and questioned the boys didn't return to the home. Who is it? Justin till 10:30 p.m. And then Christian came about 2, or they weren't there together, came about 2 or 3 hours later. TMZ said they gathered their possessions and they bounced. Diddy really tried to evade by using a decoy plane. What is the decoy plane? If you guys don't know, everybody was tracking Diddy's jet.
yeah,
Diddy has
everybody,
a black jet.
dude.
I know Diddy's so mad he painted that jet black because, baby, yeah, you can see that mug from the sky. I know he's like, oh, why ain't I painted white so it could just blend in? You don't even gotta be TMZ and use the zoom lens. You could just look. Hello, yes, aviation in Barbuda, Antigua. Yeah, it's here. Well, I mean, it's the only black jet around. Is there another private jet painted black? I don't know. I'll go check, but
it's the only black plane on the tarmac. I mean, what the heck? Is it Diddy or is it not Diddy? Only black plane on the tarmac.
Yep, and yes, black people. Yeah, we think it's him. Anyway, so around the confusion was the fact that Diddy's jet on the flight tracker was going all the way to, people said that it was headed to Capo Verde, formerly Cape Verde. It was about 4,200
Cape or is it Cape?
North of Puerto Rico. And it was forced to land in Barbuda. Barbuda is a part of Antigua, like in that area, right? Okay, if it's not a part of Antigua, don't I missed that day of history class. But just listen to the big. So they said Diddy's private jet was flown to an island in the Caribbean yesterday while the feds were raiding his 2 homes in the States. Again, the Guardian saying it was also his New York home, and there are reports that it was Chicago. Homeland Security is keeping a tight lip on what was happening.
But he only owns 2 of those homes. He only owns 2 of those homes. He owns the LA home and he owns the Miami home. The New York home is rented. Let's make sure we know that.
TMZ got state and local on lock. I've never really heard TMZ have entryways into federal investigations, but you never know, right? I mean, and while he wasn't on the plane, right? TMZ is saying this. It's no less noticeable on the runway, as you can see from a new shot. The photos obtained by TMZ showing the rap mogul's famed all-black Gulfstream 5 dubbed Love Air.
No, TMZ had people in the air getting to Antigua. Get to the Antigua. Get the pictures of it as it's landing. Get it. Oh, yeah.
Night at an airport right in the heart of Antigua.
Where people in there
Monday after traversing
hiding, y'all.
LA. There's no signs of activity near the plane.
Getting pictures of Diddy, dude.
Law enforcement or
otherwise Diddy right now.
said, there's no activity near the plane, law enforcement or otherwise, and there's no indication anyone on board was mixed up with what was going on here in the USA. Okay. Now, here's the funny thing.
Excuse me.
Okay. Here's the funny thing.
Dude, she's the only one I trust right now.
For some reason, Diddy has his own private plane. Okay. This is the weird thing. So his Gulfstream landed in the Loca Airport in Florida. For some reason, Diddy decided to switch planes. So whoever was on the black plane, and maybe it's assumed it was the twins because they are on spring break. They keep saying Diddy's with his family, but we don't know. Maybe he's with the twins and Quincy, because Quincy and the twins were not at the LA house, and maybe Justin and King Combs were supposed to join later. Okay,
a lot the thing about a lot of these star kids, they don't grow up with their mom and dad. They grow up with somebody else because mom and dad's flying all over the country and shit. They literally get raised by other people. And what happens is these mothers, these fathers, these stars, they don't get no chance to fall in love with their kids. And then boom, before you know it, these kids are they're adults. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Speculating, I don't know. But right, they had their Puffy's Gulfstream, and Diddy got off, and then he got on a separate, different jet. And
Because
right when he was getting
he probably didn't want his family wrapped up in it, you know? Probably said, you guys go. I'm gonna go ahead and go through with this.
on the different jet, that's when feds, Homeland Security rolled up on him, detained him, and questioned him for hours. Yeah, it was a mess. He was not charged, okay, but he was held Monday evening at the Opa Local Airport in Miami. If you guys don't know, the raid happened around 3 or 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at the houses. So it would be in Florida about 7 p.m. because it's a 3-hour time difference, right? He was pacing around outside looking like he was going to cry. Sources with direct knowledge told TMZ that Diddy was with his family. However, Homeland Security agents rolled up on him. And while there was certainly some questioning going on, they're saying that nobody was arrested, including Diddy. And our sources tell us his movements are currently not restricted either, at least not yet anyway. In other words, he's free to roam. TMZ has a photo of the moment federal law enforcement.
Okay, so here's my question to you guys. Do you think Diddy's on his way out to never return to America? He's doing everything that a guilty man does, right? He's doing everything that a guilty man does. I mean, he's already guilty. You can see it. He's selling off his shares in Revolt. Yep, he's doing everything that a guilty man does, every bit of it. Selling off your businesses. I wonder what all does he own? He's probably just an investor in a lot of shit.
People intercepted Diddy's party, and you can see them all on the runway as agents speak with them. Unclear where Diddy might be at this point, but obviously Uncle Sam has an eye on him. So let me just get this straight, right? According to what they're saying, Diddy has a black private jet. That black private jet stopped in Florida.
We know.
Diddy.
We know this now. We're aware of this. Let's move along. We're going to knock everything out tonight. We're knocking everything out tonight.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Diddy, you are telling... I'm sorry, if you are Kanye, you are telling Diddy, no more, no mas, baby. You the feds, go stand over there. Remember when I told y'all last week that Diddy had fallen in his mind so low from grace, he
called Diddy the feds on fucking Drink Champs. Ye called Diddy the feds on Drink Champs.
Literally following around Kanye West trying to clout chase him at Rolling Loud, because this is before the feds raided. He thought that he could somehow get back in the public graces, and that he was going to make a mea culpa, an apology to Kanye West, and hopefully link up with Kanye, and Kanye could help revive his career. Do you know what I'm saying? Or link up like, yeah, we both being trying to cancel. Let's link up and be the cancel boys. Kanye looked at Diddy and was like, me and Bianca are busy in Rite Aid shopping for some suntan leg pantyhose. If you don't get out of our face, y'all, listen, they have let it be known that baby, and let's be real, he said Kanye West is treating Diddy like a pariah. He avoided with all his heart and soul the Diddy meetup during Rolling Loud. Now, first of all, this is what Diddy get. Because when Diddy
That's a
thought that
fact.
he was deep in, right? Him and like Kim were like Millie rocking, right? They was like Millie rocking all over Kanye. Diddy was laughing at Kanye losing all his money and not being a billionaire. They were keying. I think Kim was dressed up as Poison Ivy. Diddy was dressed up as the Joker or some stuff like that before he got
This
that
is
cease and desist
true.
from Warner Brothers.
This is
There
true.
was so
Diddy
much
did have
going
shit
on.
to say when Kanye was going through it. Remember? Yeah. How's it going, Diddy?
But Diddy was delighting
going,
in
old
Kanye's
Diddy?
downfall.
Did
was
he
even
do it? Did he
calling
didn't
Kanye,
do it?
"Come on,
Did he
yo,
not
can we
do it?
not? I
Did
just
he?
want to talk. I just want to talk." Literally dunking on him. When at the end of the day, as much as they try to say that Kanye was as crazy, and don't get me wrong, he do be saying some crazy stuff. We're not gonna act like he is the voice, like we're not gonna act like he is like the Messiah. He do be saying some off the wall, out of pocket stuff. But when it comes to what he told us about Diddy, about the Kardashians, about the way people move, about music, was he actually wrong? I would
Nope.
venture to say no.
No.
Diddy was not, sorry, Kanye was not.
Nope.
Let's get into this. Kanye West, this is directly from TMZ. Kanye West avoided Diddy meetup at Rolling Loud. He had no interest in talking. I want to talk to him too. Say what you want about Kanye. He's been accused of being a a-hole boss. He's been accused of doing this, doing that. But baby, he ain't never be accused of any white fingernail polish. Kanye likes his women willing, if you will, right? He ain't forcing anybody to walk around naked. Bianca likes walking around naked. He didn't force Kim to make.
I pretty much heard all the news, but I'm going to tell you who's really got it. Let me show you. Shout out to my dude, Seti Nash, man. Watch this shit. Here's the whole lawsuit, bro. This is what I think. I don't know, though, because P. Diddy could have been being watched before this. You know, Cassie could have gotten him going. Even before that. What's up, D Dot? I'm sure P. Diddy, if it ever comes to forth that Diddy's gonna have to go to jail or Diddy's gonna get, arraigned or anything, I bet we find out that he's been being watched since like Pac. You want to bet? I bet we find out that Diddy's been being watched since Tupac. And now they have all this evidence that he's been doing this, and this. Oh, it's ugly. Oh, it's ugly.
I will not be saying whole entire words. So if you hear me skip, or if you hear me make up a word, that is the reason why. If I mess up your last name, I don't care. Let's go. United States Federal Court, Southern District of New York. Rodney Jones, plaintiff. Sean Combs, Justin Dior Combs, Ethiopia, Habitat Miriam, Lucy and Charles Grange, Christina Corum, Chalice Recording Studios, Love Records, Motown Records, Universal Music Group, Combs Global Enterprises, John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10, and ABC may contain some highly graphic information, images of an illegal distribution of guns and drugs. The plaintiff Rodney Little Rod Jones, Mr. Jones, hereby alleges and for his complaint against defendant Sean Combs, Mr. Combs, defendant Justin Dior Combs, J. Combs, defendant Lucian Charles Grange, Mr. Grange, defendant Ethiopia, Habitat Miriam, Miss Habitat Miriam, defendant Christina Corum, Miss Corum, defendant Chalice Recording Studios, CRS, defendant Love Records, LR, defendant Motown Records, Mr.
He's like,
Universal Music
yeah.
Group, UMG, defendant Combs, Global Enterprises, John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10, ABC Corporations 1 through 10 as follows. This court has personal jurisdiction over the defendants under and consistent with the constitutional requirements or apparent use have to the tortious activities defendants visited upon defendants in the states of New York, California, Florida, and the United States Virgin Islands. This tortious conduct violated United States federal RICO laws. Requiring defendants to litigate these claims in a district does not offend traditional notions of fair play and substantial justice. Plaintiff's claims arise from some conduct occurring by defendants in New York parties. Plaintiff Rodney Jones is an American artist and music producer. Mr. Jones resides in the states of New York and California. Defendant Sean Combs is a rapper and record executive, popularly known by his stage names Puff Daddy, Puffy, P. Diddy, Brother Love, or Love. Mr. Combs came to fame in the early 1990s with his record label, Bad Boy Records. He rose to prominence in the music and entertainment industry over the decades and is regularly referred to as a hip-hop mogul. Mr. Combs resides at 200 South Mapleton Drive, Beverly Hills, California, 924.
There he
Defendant
is.
Mr. Sean Combs. Defendant Justin Dior Combs is the son of Mr. Combs and Ms. Hilton. Jay Combs was born December 30th, 1993. Jay Combs is a producer and actor, has appeared on TV series like Catfish, the TV show Wild 'N Out, and Hip Hop Squares. Defendant Justin Dior Combs resides at 1500 Northfield Central Ave, Los Angeles, 90028. Defendant Justin Dior Combs. Defendant Lucy and Charles Grange is the CEO of Defendant Universal Music Group. Defendant Lucy and Charles Grange resides at 53551 Ross Ave, Unit 34A, La Quinta, California, 92253 and 668 I don't know how to say that. Chautuca Boulevard, Pacific, House of Day. I don't know, guys. California, 90272. Not from Cali, so that's a little odd. Defendant Ethiopia Habsa Miriam is a former CEO of Defendant Motown Records, the parent company of Defendant Love Records. Defendant Habsa Miriam resides at 13701 Riverside Drive, apartment 8th floor, Sherman Oaks, California. Combs Global Enterprise, Wilshire Boulevard, apartment 501. Challenge. Defendant Motown Records is a record label with the principal player Miriam, Lucy Grange.
Universal Music Group.
Combs Enterprise is a diverse portfolio of businesses and
Combs Global.
Located siblings. Mr. Jones comes from a long line of gospel music influencers. Mr. Jones started playing instruments at the age of 5. He began playing drums in church, and at the age of 13, he picked up playing the guitar. It led him to produce and create a commercial market.
Okay.
Mr. Jones received a call from Mr. Combs requesting that he produce several songs on a rhythm and blues album titled The Love Album.
It's ready.
Agreed. Love Album. Mr. Jones agreed, and his life has been detrimentally impacted ever since. God damn. All right, let's get into it. Summary of events, which y'all came for. From September 2022 and November 2023, Mr. Jones produced 9 songs on Mr. Combs' Love Album. Mr. Jones lived with Mr. Combs for months at a time, spending holidays, birthdays, and missing major family events. Mr. Jones resided at Mr. Combs' residence located in Los Angeles, California, New York City, and Miami, Florida. Mr. Jones also spent several weeks on a yacht rented by Mr. Combs in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Throughout his time with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones witnessed and experienced and endured many things that went far beyond his role as a producer on a Love Album. The claims raised in this complaint have been corroborated through witness statements, video/audio recordings, and images that Mr. Jones has in his possession. Mr. Combs required Mr. Jones to record him constantly. On several occasions, Mr. Combs took Mr. Jones' cell phone and began recording himself. As a result, Mr. Jones has secured hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings of Mr. Combs, his staff, and his guests engaging in serious illegal activity. Mr. Jones has secured irrefutable evidence of the acquisition, use, and distribution of ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms, the displaying and distribution of unregistered illegal firearms. Mr. Combs providing laced alcoholic beverages to minors and S workers at his homes in California, New York, and U.S. Virgin Islands and Florida. Mr. Combs' chief of staff, Christina Correll, KK, instructed her staff to retrieve drugs so she could provide it to Mr. Combs for his consumption. Christian Combs drugging and assaulting a woman. Mr. Combs detailing how he planned to leverage his relationship with Bishop T.D. Jakes. Stolen the impact of his public image of Cassie Ventura lawsuit. Wow. Young Miami's cousin or his assistant S assaulting Mr. Jones. Actor Cuba Gooding Jr. S harassing and assaulting Mr. Jones. Rapper redacted on Mr. Combs' yacht. Consorting with underage girls, S workers, and R&B singer redacted at Mr. Combs' Los Angeles home, consorting with underage girls and S workers. Chalice Recording Studios shooting. On or about September 12th, 2022, Mr. Combs held a writers and producers camp at Chalice Recording Studio at 845 Highland Ave, Los Angeles, California, 90038. Present at this camp were Mr. Combs, his son Justin Combs, and Justice's friend named G. Mr. G is a 30-year-old tall African-American male. In addition to these individuals, other musicians were present at the camp. This writer has spoken to several musicians who attended the camp. One evening during this camp, Mr. Jones, J. Combs, and G were in a heated conversation. That conversation was moved out of the studio into a restroom adjacent to where Mr. Jones was sitting. Mr. Jones was approximately 2 feet away from the bathroom when gunshots rang out. Mr. Jones recalls hearing multiple gunshots. Mr. Jones immediately went into a state of shock and feared that he would be shot next. Mr. Jones genuinely believed that he would be shot through the door due to how close he was. After the shooting ended, a crowd gathered around the restroom. When the door finally opened, Mr. Combs and Jay Combs exited. She was lying on the restroom floor in a fetal position, holding the stomach, bleeding out of his leg/hip area. Everyone stood around looking.
That one right there is gonna fucking get him, dude. That one right there, man. Appreciate you, Net. That one right there, yo, is gonna get him. And it should. You don't murder the motherfucker off in your bathroom? You talking about cleanup crew?
Upon G, frustrated by the lack of aid to Mr. G, Mr. Jones dropped.
Remember, this is a gunshot victim in a bathroom inside the studio. They're saying that this happened down the street and the guy comes stumbling in the studio and went into the bathroom. No. Wow.
He ran at G and immediately began placing pressure on G's gunshot wound to his
murder,
stomach.
Bro.
As he was applying pressure to his stomach, Mr. Jones realized that G was gushing blood from another area near his leg/hip. He decided to lift G, place him, and sit him on the toilet. Mr. Jones asked the crowd to call the ambulance. Mr. Jones lifted G and brought him to the ambulance at the studio front. At this time, Mr. Combs and Justin disappeared to another part of the studio. Mr. Combs gave strict instructions to inform the police that he had nothing to do with the shooting. He also forced Mr. Jones to lie to the police by telling them that G was shot standing outside the studio by a drive-by assailant. I might have to. Never mind. If you see me kind of slowing it down, that's because I might have to skip over a picture. You know, due to you can't show blood and certain things on YouTube.
Yeah, they actually had. This dude actually has the photos of the dude bleeding in the bathroom, bro. Like,
that's interesting, man. Shot outside Hollywood recording studio.
See,
at least one person was shot.
Man shot outside of recording studio. Stumbles into the recording studio. Nah, man.
At a party at Hollywood recording studio, police said Monday. Officers were called to the 800 block of Highland Avenue at Willoughby to check into reports of a shooting at or about 3 a.m. according to LAPD at the location. You know,
Diddy had
a shot after
with this guy. Diddy had a wide open chance to settle with this guy for $40,000. $40,000, and Diddy, he was going to walk away, sign the NDA and everything. You stupid motherfucker.
Stepping outside the studio, the man in his 30s was taken to the hospital, stable condition. He was reportedly shot in the abdomen. Sky 2 was over the scene early Monday, spotted several people sitting outside the location being questioned by police. No information was released about the suspect, and it is not known if the shooting was gang-related. The man in his 30s was taken to a hospital in stable condition. He was reportedly shot in the abdomen. Sky 2 was over the scene early Monday, spotted several people sitting outside the location being questioned by police. No information was released about the suspect, and it's not known if the shooting was gun-related. I don't know why that was put there twice. But Mr. Jones has several corroborated witnesses who spoke with this writer anonymously due to fear of retaliation by Mr. Combs that have agreed to speak publicly when subpoenaed. Damn. Now, I'm going to have to read this and I'm going to have to skip over it. So it is what it is. Mr. Jones has...
There's the bathroom right there. That's the bathroom picture.
The clothing he wore the day and believe it still has stains of DNA of G's blood. The following are screenshots of the aftermath of the restroom where G was shot by either Mr. Combs or Jay Combs. Clearly, G was not shot outside of the studio as Mr. Combs instructed his team.
That's telling, y'all. Yeah, it's getting out of control, Valiant Thor. I agree. Like, I think at this point, can the Feds step in? I don't care if they do. See, what had happened was he stumbled in. Boy, you should have took the 40. You should have. He's telling. He said clearly G was not shot outside the studio.
To report to law enforcement, Mr. Combs and defendant LRMR.
All of the blood. I mean, you can see, you know, what's popping, Super Co. Like, you can see because the blood there was just like a lot of blood in the bathroom. There's no way that dude. stumble up in there from a drive-by.
UMG and CRS provided private security for the writers' camp at defended CRS. The security was porous and lackluster at best. The fact that either Mr. Combs and Jay Combs were allowed to enter CRS with guns and those guns were not confiscated by security is a clear breach of duty by Mr. Combs, defendant LR, MR, and UMG to protect Mr. Jones and the other attendees of this writers' camp. As a result of this shooting, Mr. Jones is severely traumatized. Mr. Jones now suffers from PTSD, severe anxiety, depression, and insomnia.
Fucking bad.
Mr. Jones was harassed and assaulted by Mr. Combs. Throughout his time living with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones was the victim of constant unsolicited and unauthorized groping and touching of his anus by Mr. Combs. These events took place in in Los Angeles, New York, and Florida, and the United States Virgin Islands. In addition to the unsolicited and unauthorized touching, Mr. Jones was forced by Mr. Combs to work in Mr. Combs' bathroom as Mr. Combs walked around naked and showered in a clear glass enclosure.
That motherfucker used to say, "Hey, come up and have a contract meeting. You want to sign a new deal? You go knock on the door. He says, come in. He's sitting in a fucking bathtub with no bubbles in it. You know what I'm saying? He's just sitting there with no bubbles in it. Like, sit down. Let's talk about this contract." Yeah, he was grabbing his booty hole, bro. Like grabbing his booty hole, probably. Like,
as a heterosexual Christian man, Mr. Jones was uncomfortable with Mr. Combs' advances and expressed his discomfort to Mr. Combs' chief of staff, Christina Corrin, KK. KK responded to Mr. Jones' complaint with, shy would be shy. KK also attempted to downplay Mr. Combs' groping of Mr. Jones' anus and genitals as friendly horseplay, stating that those were Mr. Combs' way of showing that he likes you, Mr. Jones.
Fucking bet.
Despite these assurances, on several occasions when Mr. Combs began to undress and walk around his house naked, KK would say, "Okay, I'm leaving now." She would disappear.
See, she'd leave, homie. You should have left.
KK's hypocrisy is breathtaking at best or enabling at worst. Mr. Jones believes that KK aided and abetted Mr. Combs to assault of him and was working with Mr. Combs to groom him into accepting a homosexual relationship. Through these deviant acts, one would say Mr. Combs has a pattern of practice of engaging in such nefarious activity. This ongoing conduct shows that Mr. Combs cannot be rehabilitated.
Damn, this ongoing content shows he cannot be rehabilitated. Wow, you can't even fix. He's telling the courts, you can't even fix this son of a bitch. You can't even fix this fucking weirdo. He's so far gone with it, you can't fix him. And that might be true. And that's fucking crazy, dude. That is fucking wild, bro. You can't fix this piece of shit. Damn. And man, I thought P. Diddy was sick, but I didn't know he was this fucking sick. You know what I mean? It never kind of blew my mind whenever all this was found out. But to learn how sickening these fucking people are, it's fucking disgusting.
Mr. Combs attempted to groom
weird
Mr. Jones and engaging in gay acts. Mr. Combs was aware that Mr. Jones looked up to and idolized music producer Steve Aaron Jordan, Stevie J. Stevie J is an American DJ, record producer, and television personality. Stevie J was part of the Bad Boy Records production team. In 1997, Stevie J won a Grammy Award for his work on Puff Daddy's debut album. Throughout the late 90s, Stevie J produced for several artists, including Mariah Carey, Tevin Campbell, The Notorious B.I.G., 112, Jodeci, Faith Evans, Jay-Z, and Eve. Stevie J was one of the producers on the Love album. Mr. Combs used access to Stevie J and his knowledge of Mr.
Here's one thing, right? Who cares about your sick and tormented different fucking, fetishes and shit you have, right? They're not supposed to. No fucking kids, man. Number one, no fucking kids. They don't get groomed. They don't get touched. They don't get put into the situation. Second, no women. You don't beat on women to force them to do this shit. Now they're doing it to men. They're up here trying to force men, grabbing them by the assholes and shit. These motherfuckers are tormented. They're deranged. That's a demon inside of them. Yeah, how fucked is his kids? One owns an escort business. They grew up in this sex shit, man.
Mr. Jones' admiration of
They
Stevie
grew
J
up in it.
to groom and entice Mr. Jones to engage in homosexuality. Mr. Combs went so far as to share a video of Stevie J anally penetrating a Caucasian male without a condom. God
We're
damn!
not getting drunk tonight.
This was done to ease Mr. Jones' anxiety concerning homosexuality, according to Mr. Combs. This is a normal practice in the music industry. Look, even Stevie J is doing it. Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in S intercourse with rapper Redacted, R&B singer Redacted, and Stevie J. And if y'all know the
So we know who the redacteds are. That's Usher and that's Meek Mill. He been pounding out Meek Mill. Come here, Meek. Come here, Meeky. Come here, Meek. Come here, Meeky. Come here, Meek. Yeah. Pounding fucking Meek
rapper that
Mill
they
out.
talking about, they talk about Freak Million and Usher Raymond. Mr. Combs promised to make sure that Mr. Jones wins Producer of the Year at the Grammys if he engaged in homosexuality.
Oh,
The
wow.
following screenshots of the video of Stevie J anally penetrating a Caucasian male.
He was just P. Diddy was just nominated for his first ever Grammy. He didn't go, probably because he's so fucking ashamed. You know, all these stars that are busting kids and shit too are staring there looking at him. Ha, you got caught. You got caught.
Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones, and we're gonna skip over that part.
Yeah, I
Y'all
know,
can see
right?
these things right there.
Pound
He is a
that dude out,
Philadelphia
man.
rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. He
150.
performed at the Super Bowl and had successful Vegas residency. The writer is in possession of video will provide copy due to court. Now,
Video,
these are
bro.
all alleged, and I will say
Video
that
of
the
it.
guy that was in the photo allegedly is actually a guy who actually does the male-on-male relationship status of the, butt to nut. I'm trying to figure out a way to say this, but basically the dude who said that was him in the video actually came out and said that was not Stevie J. So these are all alleged, and that's kind of where this kind of messes itself up at. But let's continue on. Thanksgiving 2022, Mr. Jones is assaulted by Young Miami's cousin. On Thanksgiving Day 2022, Mr. Jones was in Mr. Combs' house located in Miami, Florida. Young Miami and her female cousins were also present. Mr. Combs was intoxicated and offered cocaine to Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones rejected him and proceeded to walk into the restroom. While using the restroom, Young Miami's cousin burst into the bathroom and began groping Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs sent her in there to assault Mr. Jones. As she entered the bathroom, she dropped to her knees and began performing on him. Mr. Jones exposed, I would just say wee. Mr. Jones pushed her away and exited the bathroom. Now, hold on, bro. You need to tell me, whatever, bro. Young Miami's cousin did not accept Mr. Jones' rejection and proceeded to follow Mr. Jones out of the bathroom. She started undressing and attempted to straddle him to have S with him in the presence of Mr. Combs and the staff. Wait. Oh, so it's a dude? Never mind it. All right, yeah, we ain't doing that one. Once again, Mr. Jones pushed her off. Why did they say him to her? Whatever. There are images from a video of Young Miami, her cousin, and Mr. Jones and Mr. Combs. So there's a cousin right here, Mr. Jones, Mr. Combs on Thanksgiving Day, right before Mr. Combs invites Mr. Jones into the restroom and attempted him to force to take cocaine. Young Miami and her female cousin, who was assaulted Mr. Jones on Thanksgiving Day. So you mean to tell me Young Miami and her cousin both wanted to do you? I would have hit that big back. You tripping, bro. But anyways, Trafficking Victims Protection Act. Throughout his time with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones was transported from California to New York, Florida, and the United States Virgin Islands.
For real. He's got bodies behind this.
To solicit S workers to perform S acts to the pleasure of Mr. Combs. On or about February 4th, 2023, Mr. Combs forced Mr. Jones to bring workers and S workers back to his home in Miami, Florida.
Facts.
I don't know.
See that?
The S workers that Mr. Combs forced Mr. Jones to bring back to his home on or about February 2nd, 2023 incident. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs drugged him. Mr. Jones recalls waking up naked, dizzy, and confused. He was in bed with two S workers and Mr. Combs. He also recalls aimlessly wandering around the house with no clothes on.
Wow, dude. Wow, bro. He's got pictures of it all, bro. Please hit the like button for me, y'all. I would greatly appreciate that. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. We're deep diving into this Diddy shit, Ain't gonna be no fucking clickbait, none of that. We're just diving in.
S workers in Mr. Jones' bed the morning after being drugged. On another occasion in Miami, Florida, on Thanksgiving night of 2022, Mr. Combs asked Mr. Jones and DeForest Taylor to enter the studio bathroom. He asked for a $100 bill because he wanted them to do cocaine with him. Mr. Jones was scared, but luckily he didn't have a $100 bill. So Mr. Combs waited a little later to do coke with Young Miami. Later that evening, he required Mr. Jones to solicit S workers from a booby trap on the river located 3618 Northwest S River Drive, Miami, Florida, 33142. Mr. Jones did so. And Mr. Combs forced him to engage in unsolicited SS with these workers.
See, that's the problem, man. Maybe Diddy fucked up and went out there and got Hollywood on everybody, you know. But I believe Diddy was groomed from the get-go, man. Clive Davis, they was probably touching his booty, you know. He was only allowing people to come up he was letting fuck. P. Diddy just let people come up that he was.
How did he get his phone?
Whose phone?
Like, I thought
He had his phone, bro. He was taking pictures of everything.
I thought they would take that from you.
Not if you've been a producer that long for him.
Oh, okay.
He went to like a writer's school. He went to like a writer's camp, and P. Diddy picked out of those. You know, sometimes there's so many good, producers. You want to get with them and have like 4 or 5 of them get in a room for a month and a half. You know what I mean? And see who comes up with what, and then you get to pick. I mean, that's probably the greatness about being rich. You know what I mean? You can just pretty much pay anybody to do the job you need to be done.
Take that.
Yeah, man.
Okay. As a part of Mr. Jones' S worker recruitment tools, Mr. Combs provided Mr. Jones with an exclusive bad boy baseball cap and required him to wear
Davis off
booby trap on the river as a signal to any S worker he approached that Mr. Jones was in town and had sent Mr. Jones to recruit them. Mr. Jones had no desire to visit booby trap on the river. Mr. Jones had no desire to solicit S workers from booby trap on the river. Mr. Combs used his power and influence to intimidate and force Mr. Jones into soliciting S workers from booby trap on the river. As detailed below, Mr. Combs used many tactics to maintain dominion and control of Mr. Jones. Apparently, these workers were accustomed to service of Mr. Combs and they know that he was in town by the sight of the bad boy.
He sounds like he's a narcissist, control freak. Diddy just fucking up here, just power hungry, bro. That's what it sounds like to me, man, and just gay.
Instagram profiles
homo
of 2 S workers that Mr. Combs required Mr. Jones to solicit to have sex with him at his home in Miami.
The power and control, yeah.
Damn, all right, not bad.
Yeah.
Mr. Jones had no desire to.
He took things from people that they can't get back. That's a good point, man. He's out here taking people's manhood and shit, bro. That shit ain't cute, dude.
P. Diddy's a Scorpio. They say Scorpios are the freakiest sign.
Facts. Facts.
But this is freaky.
I was seeing who won them baseball games today.
Yeah, the opening game. Yeah, 50 Cent's baby mother listed as a sex worker.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro.
Solicit or have sex with the individuals in the previous paragraph. Mr. Combs used his power and influence to intimidate and force Mr. Jones into soliciting and sleeping with these women. The following is the phone number of another S worker that Mr. Combs required Mr. Jones to solicit and perform SX with at his home in Miami, Florida, and the number has been blanked out. Mr. Jones had no desire to solicit or have S with the individual in the previous paragraphs. Mr. Combs used his power and influence to intimidate and force Mr. Jones into soliciting and sleeping with the individuals above. Mr. Combs used many tactics to maintain dominion and control of Mr. Jones. He promised him a Grammy for Producer of the Year for the Love album. He offered him $250,000 to purchase all the instruments he wanted. He promised him ownership of his $20 million property, One Star Island in Miami, Florida. He promised access to Record label executives like defendants Lucy and Charles Grange in Ethiopia happened to Miriam, Mr. Combs would often switch up his approach. He would go from promising Mr. Jones the world to threatening Mr. Jones with physical harm.
See,
Mr. Combs threatened to eat Mr. Jones' face and inform Mr. Jones that he is willing to kill his mother,
see
Janice
that?
Combs, if
That's
he must, in
control,
order to get
bro.
what he wants, so he wouldn't think twice to harm Mr. Jones. That's crazy. Mr. Combs.
That is crazy, dude. Hey, y'all, do me a favor while you up in here, man. Go do me a favor and go over and sub to my man NetStars, man. He 18 from 2K. Let's
Funny.
get him there.
J. Combs solicit drugs and engaged in illicit
What'd you say?
act.
You know, it's funny. As a New Yorker, someone that's young from New York, and that, you know, someone like him, he's obviously from New York. I always wonder, what the fuck is he doing over there? The fuck is he doing over there? What is there to do over there?
Where?
California, the West.
It's always sunny.
I bet, but you don't gotta live there. You don't
Yeah.
gotta
Why would you?
Jay-Z comes
S
back.
minors and S workers on or about July 2nd, 2023 in California.
Most of them are
Mr.
living
Combs had a
somewhere
listening
warm,
party
man.
at his home. Present at this party was R&B artist Redacted, J. Combs, S workers, and some underage girls. The event began at 7 p.m. Mr. Combs requested female S workers and required Mr. Jones to solicit them. An hour later, several S workers appered. In addition to
Damn,
S
he
workers,
just got S
there
workers
were
on
at least
point,
5
y'all.
women in that crowd that were under the age of 16.
Oh,
Puffy. Mr. Combs forced all the women to drink.
Oh my God, dude.
Drink Lace De Leon liquor. Wow.
At least 5 women
Why I gotta be
in the crowd
laced?
that were under the
Why
age
I
of
gotta be fucking
16.
laced? Like, liquor isn't enough for these young women. Like, what? Why I gotta be laced? You don't think
They
liquor is
want
not enough?
Ugh. They want to not. They want to fuck a dead body, bro. They're weird, homie.
AD,
These
you ever
people
seen,
are different.
you ever seen the stand-up comedy, Martin Lawrence? You So Crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, just take one more shit. Just one more shit. What the fuck you gotta take laced liquor for? Just liquor's enough. Just one more shit. One more shit.
Like, dude, they want to fuck a dead body, bro. Like,
Just take one
Lace, the
shit.
Leon liquor or
ecstasy.
Delion, I
That
don't know
gets
how
it
to
all
say
the way
it.
right there.
Nikki Kiss
On
is gonna come
information
over. Just
and
take
believe
one
Mr.
more
Combs
shit,
laced the
Nikki.
liquor with
One
ecstasy.
more
Mr.
shit.
Combs did not check the identification of any of these underage girls. The presence of these underage women made Mr. Jones uncomfortable,
Drink
but
laced
yet he
liquor.
still continued to stay. This is kind of getting a little weird now.
It
He
is,
attempted to
bro.
leave, and Mr.
That's
Combs forced him to stay.
real weird, dude. He attempted to leave, and Mr. Combs forced him to stay. Mr. Combs went so far to take his keys.
Mr. Combs went so far as to take Mr. Jones' car keys to prevent him from leaving. After being forced to drink Lace De Leon shots, Mr. Jones began feeling lightheaded and recalls passing out and waking up at 4 a.m. the following morning naked with an S worker sleeping.
So does that mean he slept with kids? Like, what's going on? Is he sleeping with kids? Damn, bro.
Next to him. Screenshots of the video from that night is embedded below.
Yeah.
Oh, it ain't that bad.
Oh, man, dude. He is not playing, bro. He's got video, documents. Diddy, you're going to jail, bro.
Mr. Combs with an underage girl. That's crazy.
That's
underage
fucking
female.
insane.
Jessica.
Oh, my Lord. Holy moly. And to think this guy could have gave this guy $40,000 and he would have walked away. Never said nothing. You're a hero, sir.
Combs with an underage female. That's crazy. Whoo-wee. Mr. Combs attempts to pass off Mr. Jones to Cuba Gooding Jr. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs was grooming him to pass him off to his friends. This fear became reality when Mr. Combs introduced Mr. Jones to Cuba Gooding Jr. while they were on Mr. Combs' yacht. During the introduction, Mr. Combs suggested that Cuba get to know Mr. Jones better. He left him alone in a makeshift studio on the yacht. Oh my God. Mr. Combs and Cuba Gooding Jr. moments before Mr. Jones is assaulted. As evidenced by a video which screenshots are embedded below, Cuba Gooding Jr. began touching, groping, and fondling Mr. Jones' legs, his upper inner thighs, near his groin, the small of his back, near his buttocks, and his shoulders. Mr. Jones was extremely uncomfortable and proceeded to lean away from Mr. Cuba Gooding Jr. He rejected his advances. Mr. Gooding Jr. did not stop until Mr. Jones forcibly pushed him away. The following screenshot of the encounter with Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuba.
What the hell?
Him? OMG, dude. What the fuck?
Oh, bro, get the fuck away from me, man. I'm trying to make this beat. What you doing, man? You all in my face with your hot ass breath, man. Get the fuck, move back,
Dude,
bro.
he's so smart to keep all of these pictures, bro. He is so smart, bro. Good job, man. Get his ass.
So why is you smiling, bro?
He's probably
Cuba
fucking.
Gooding
Playing the
Jr.
part,
first be
man.
touching
He
Mr.
playing the
Jones.
part.
Let's go back and
Yeah,
look at this.
probably fucking act like
I
damn.
don't really
Cuba
see
Gooding
it.
Jr.
All right. Throughout his time with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones was under
I bet you fucking anything like Dog Soldier said. It's P. Diddy, Epstein. You know, Diddy would have these people around that these stars could probably know when they come to Diddy's, they could probably fuck one of these boys or fuck one of these girls and get away with it and never be seen again. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is, man. It's
implied
fucking
work for
weird.
hire agreement.
Justin
He was not
Bieber done
compensated for his time living with Mr. Combs
out.
or
Justin Bieber done got his anus played with and shit. I feel all bad for everybody, man.
for the songs produced.
Fuck
As
it.
evidence, he was listed as a producer for the following songs on the Love album's final release: Deliver Me, Stay Part 1, Reaching, What's Love, Stay a While, Moments, Need Somebody, Homecoming, and Tough Love. Mr. Combs and defendants LR, MR, UMG all benefited from Mr. Jones' work product. They failed to compensate Mr. Jones for his work. As a result, Mr. Combs, defendants LR, MR, UMG were all unjustly enriched at the expense of Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones attempted to work with Mr. Combs to secure his publishing and royalty nights for the work he completed
Oh, he's
on the
willing
Love
to
album.
take
Mr. Combs only
50,000.
offered Mr. Jones $29,000 for 13
He was willing to take 50. That's all.
months, thousands of hours of work, and 9 songs that made it into the Love album. Ironically, Mr. Jones is willing to take $50,000. His publishing and royalties. Mr. Combs' self-serving greed would not allow him to pay Mr. Jones an additional $21,000. I bet he wish he would have paid that shit now.
Yeah, buddy.
Mr. Combs' deceptive business practices became so bad that Mr. Jones was left with no choice other than to make a public plea on social media for Mr. Combs to pay him for his work. After publicly requesting that Mr. Combs do the right thing and pay him fairly, Mr. Jones received an onslaught of threatened messages from Stevie J and Love Records A&R to Frost Taylor. So here y'all go right here. Let's read the text. Defendant line. You playing. I'm in studio. LOL. You are 100% liar and weirdo. Good luck. Numbers still the same. Running 2, nigga. Come talk to me in public on a public podcast and forum. The Force Taylor threatening Mr. Jones.
Damn.
I don't know how that's really threatening. Unless you're talking about running 2, nigga.
Yeah, he ain't really.
Come talk to me. Mr. Combs uses power to influence and threaten and intimidate Mr. Jones. According to Mr. Jones, Mr. Combs is very forceful and demanding. Mr. Combs does not take no for an answer and will often threaten to inflict bodily harm on Mr. Jones if Mr. Jones did not comply with his demands. As detailed above, Mr. Combs threatened to eat Mr. Jones' face on another occasion while standing in Mr. Combs' bedroom. Mr. Jones was forced to watch Mr. Combs displaying guns and bragged about getting away with shooting people. Mr. Combs shared that he was responsible for the shooting in a nightclub in New York City with rapper Shine. Now, if y'all remember, we'll just brighten this one up. Diddy's former bodyguard accuses the rapper of snitching on Shine over 1999 shooting. As the story goes, Bad Boy Artist Shine was jailed for attempted murder, assault, and reckless endangerment charges after shooting incident at a New York nightclub. And this is your man, Gene Deal, who always has something to say. He shared that artist and Mr. Combs' girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, aka J-Lo, carried the gun into the club for him and passed him the gun after he got into an altercation with another individual. Y'all can see right here. It's the old Chicago Tribune. Sean Combs, Jennifer Lopez arrested after NY shooting. And here we go. Sean Puffy Combs, Jennifer Lopez were arrested and charged Monday with criminal possession of a weapon.
Damn, this is so deep, dude. I bet they've been watching Diddy forever.
The shooting in Charlotte's recording studio.
Boys in the mood.
These statements reinforced Mr. Combs' fear of Mr. Jones' fear of Mr. Combs and strengthened Mr. Combs' dominion and control of Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones was terrified of Mr. Combs. He felt like he could not tell him no. Mr. Combs consistently made it clear that he has immense power in the music industry with law enforcement. Mr. Combs made it clear that his head of security, Fahim Muhammad, Mr. Muhammad, had the power to make people and problems disappear. Man, how much it cost for him? Because I got some. Never mind.
Man, this dude has laid together a fucking lawsuit that is a damn near a fucking probable cause
instructs
affidavit, bro.
his staff to always
Dude just
contact
gave
Mr.
him a
Muhammad
probable
if
cause
they
affidavit.
ever pulled over. I mean, if they
Wow.
are ever pulled over by a police officer in
Whatever
Miami
law
or
you're
California.
typed this
Upon
up,
information
not
and belief,
playing,
Mr. Muhammad
bro.
spoke with LAPD after G was shot at
They was
CRS. The
not
LAPD
playing,
was in
bro.
CRS and witnessed the blood in the restroom, and they went with the bogus claim that the shooting of G occurred outside the studio. This is all thanks to Mr. Muhammad's connections within law enforcement. Mr. Jones had no reason to disbelieve Mr. Combs, as he's seen firsthand through the shooting of G and the subsequent silence of LAPD and the media that Mr. Combs indeed had the power to harm him. The LAPD spent hours in CRS
Damn.
after the shooting of G, yet there were no arrests. Mr. Jones witnessed the LAPD in the restroom
Damn.
pictured above, yet no arrests were made. The morning after the shooting, Mr. Jones and several others
Back,
arrived
Liberty.
at CRS, and G's blood was still on the floor of the restroom. Mr. Combs hired a cleaning crew to clean it up. Defendants, Ethiopia, I'm going to just say had, bro, because I'm tired of saying habit to Mariam. Lucy and Charles Grange, Motown Records, Love Records, and Universal Music Group aided, abetted, and profited off of Sean Combs' RICO enterprise. And that's where I believe the feds are going to go ahead and hit him over the head.
Yep.
Mr. Jones recalls seeing defendant Grange visiting Mr. Combs' home in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles. TikTok is one of the most important short video platforms in the world. It has significant impacts on the spread of global music today. Today, it is believed artists are paying more and more attention to producing music suitable for dissemination on TikTok due to failed contractual renewal negotiations between Universal and TikTok. A lot of music. I don't know what the hell I got to do with anything, but all right. According to Mr. Jones, whenever defendant Grange visited Mr. Combs at his homes, it would be in the evening, and he and Mr. Combs would disappear for hours in Mr. Combs' bedroom. Defendant Grange sponsored and attended several Love album listening parties at Mr. Combs' home in Los Angeles. These parties were sponsored by defendants MR, LR, and UMG. As evidence above, these parties also had S-workers and underage girls present. During these parties, defendant Grange knew or should have known that Mr. Combs was drugging the attendees through laced bottles of Deleon, tequila, and Ciroc vodka. Damn, I ain't never had that in my Ciroc, bro.
Dude.
It is no secret that Mr. Combs.
At first I was like, that's bullshit. The lace bottles has got to be clickbait. Now I'm hearing that this is not even fake, dude. Like,
has specific bottles of alcohol designated for females, and other bottles designated for his staff, his artists, and himself. This fact was detailed by former artists and bodyguards of Mr. Combs. As a sponsor of these events, defendant Grange had a duty and obligation to ensure that S-workers and underage girls were not present, and that Mr. Combs was not spiking the alcohol with date taken from you drugs. On YouTube channel, The Art of Dialogue, former bodyguard Gene Dill exposed Mr. Combs' pill mixing method used.
Hey, look what's going on right here. What is being said on YouTube is coming to light. Let me tell you what. I tell you, everybody again, the police are absolutely on this thing. Everybody doing this dumbass shit on here. The police are on here. They literally have a force that's all over the internet, just watching, listening,
Taking
you know
note.
what I mean?
Taking note.
Yeah. You know they do, just like the streets.
To spike cranberry juice and orange juice. According to Mr. Dill, Mr. Combs would place ecstasy and other date taken from you drugs in the juices. On the YouTube channel, Art of Dialogue, former
right here, what's going to happen in court?
Right here.
They're going to call Gene right here. What's going to happen is they're going to call Gene Dill up. They're going to call Mark Curry up. And guess what? They're going to say the exact same thing they said on those channels. On stand, bro. Can you fucking believe that? Good Lord. Bye-bye, Diddy. Bye-bye.
artist Mark Curry exposed Mr. Combs spiking bottles of Moet champagne in the VIP section of nightclubs. Mr. Combs would have a set of Moet champagne bottles for his artists and a set for the women. So this is talking about the TikTok stuff. I'm not about to read all that.
I had no idea.
This
they were
writer has
spiking,
spoken
like,
with several former employees of
alcohol
Mr.
and
Combs
shit,
who
bro.
witnessed defendant Coram instruct
Ooh,
her staff
man, that's
to lay champagne, Deleon, and Ciroc bottles with ecstasy and other illicit drugs. Mr. Jones recalls seeing defendant had visiting Mr. Combs' home in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California. According to Mr. Jones, whenever defendant had visited Mr. Combs at his homes, it would be in the evening, and she and Mr. Combs would disappear for hours in Mr. Combs' bedroom. According to Mr. Jones, defendant had visited Mr. Combs at defendant CRS during Mr. Combs' writing camp. Defendant had sponsored and attended several Love album listening parties at Mr. Combs' home in Los Angeles, California. These parties were sponsored by defendants MR, LR, and UMG. As evidence above, these parties.
Everything that's happening, that's the thing here. Everything that's happening is being sponsored. These big companies like MR, LR, UMG, they're all sponsoring these listening parties for Diddy. Like, so everybody gets drunk underneath their umbrella, but Diddy's really doing bad shit. So they're going to go down with Diddy. See ya.
Parties had S workers and underage girls present. During these parties, defendant had knew or should have known that Mr. Combs was drugging the attendees through laced bottles of Deleon tequila and Ciroc vodka. As a sponsor of these events, defendant had a duty and obligation to ensure that S workers and underage girls were not present and that Mr. Combs was not spiking the alcohol with date take it from you drugs. Defendant Christina Coram is the what the hell? I don't remember what Maxwell to Sean Combs, Jeffrey Epstein. Damn, they look weird as hell. According to Mr. Jones, during 13 months he lived and traveled with Mr. Combs, he witnessed Mr. Combs display and distribute guns from his bedroom, closet in Miami, Florida, Los Angeles, California, to questionable individuals dressed in all black. According to Mr. Jones, during the 13 months he lived and traveled with Mr. Combs, he witnessed defendant Coram openly order her assistants to keep Mr. Combs high off gummies and pills. Defendant Coram required all employees, from the butler to chef to housekeepers, to walk around with a pouch of fanny pack filled with cocaine, GHB, ecstasy, marijuana, gummies,
dude.
100 to 250.
He was living the life, wasn't he? You got a fucking bartender with different drugs and shit. Like, here you go. What would you like, Hundy?
Catering to him.
God damn, dude.
Would you like me to cut up some lines of coke, or would you like me to break up some weed?
Yeah.
50 milligrams each, and Tusi, a pink drug that's a combination of ecstasy and cocaine. God damn, bro. What's going on? Tusi. It was important to defendant Coram to have Mr. Combs' drug of choice immediately ready when he asked for it. Defendant Coram ordered S workers and P workers for Mr. Combs. Defendant Coram ordered and distributed ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms to Mr. Combs and his celebrity guests who were present on his rented yacht and in his homes in LA, NYC, and Miami. On multiple occasions, defendant Coram forced Mr. Jones to carry Mr. Combs' drug pouch against his will. As the chief of staff, defendant Coram was instrumental in organizing and executing the RICO.
This don't be IG models on them boats. This don't be no fucking video girls. Those are sex workers, homie.
Enterprise. Defendant Coram had the following individuals execute the following tasks for the RICO Enterprise. Stevie J recruits S workers and attends Stevie J recruits S workers and attends and participates in freak-offs. Justin Combs solicited P's, underage girls. S workers would engage in freak-offs. Brandon Paul works as Mr. Combs' mule. Wow, he just went to jail too, bro.
He just went to jail. That's the white boy.
Drugs.
Look, that's the white boy, bro.
Yeah, Brendan Paul
works as Mr. Combs' mule. He acquires and distributes Mr. Combs' drugs and guns. I told you he was the dude that probably just went out and got the drugs for him. And he was probably, he's probably a middleman too. You know, I mean, everybody's a middleman when it comes to drugs. But, he was the one that actually probably stomped down on ground to get the dope. You know what I mean? Because he probably doesn't have it pulling up at his fucking house. That dude's going to have to go and get it, of course. But yeah. He's the guy that's coming in and hanging out. It's got the drugs everywhere for him. You know what I mean?
He's blending in.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro. And he just got popped holding the drugs. They arrested him for drug possession.
And guns.
Fucking airport, yo.
All right. Sheesh. Damn. And y'all know this dude just went to jail, bro, a couple days ago. Brendan Paul and Mr.
Yeah, that's insane, dude.
Combs. Oh, it is ugly. Frankie said
It's
Teller
so
works
ugly,
alongside
dude.
Brandon while Brandon acquires and distributes Mr. Combs' drugs and guns. Frankie carries the money and pays for the guns and drugs. All he need him to do is just turn on him and it's over. Frank said Teller and Sean Combs. Moy Bond hires S workers and attend and participates in freak offs. This is crazy, bro. Moy Bond Thanksgiving 2022 when Mr. Combs offered Mr. Jones
fucking nuts, bro. I cannot believe what Diddy's got himself into. He was the supply for the staff. Facts. It just went up the hill. The staff that carried it around, it was just Brendan that gave them that. Yeah, it just goes up a list. You're all middlemen. Everybody in the dope game's middlemen.
Right now, it's just bottom line. It's just who's gonna
This dude's fucked.
Who's gonna come out and speak their truth.
They are. This isn't a lawsuit, my man.
No, I know.
This ain't even what the police are bringing. This is what somebody's bringing to get money.
What I'm saying
is, imagine what the police know, bro.
What I'm saying, AD, is imagine the list that's going to continue of people that's going to keep coming out.
Oh, I know that. You know that white boy flipped in there.
Come on, you think any of those people that worked for him are going to have
that white boy got arrested with some drugs and went in there and flipped?
Not you, but everybody in the chat. Do y'all really think that any of those workers, people that, you know, they don't have no loyalty towards him? They're gonna talk.
Fuck no, dude. They probably feel like fucking slaves, bro. Honestly.
So I say that
that white boy probably likes what he's doing. Don't get me wrong. He's being the drug man of his dreams. He's hanging out with all the rich people. He probably loves it. Don't get me wrong, but he's gonna flip on him in a heartbeat.
I say that to say this. It's just getting started.
Oh yeah. It's just getting started. That white boy went in there and rolled. You guarantee he did.
Yeah, he's still locked up? Well, of course. No?
I think he bonded out. But he fucking rolled.
Motherfucking people. Privileged.
Yep. MJ's maid was a little bit crazier though, bro. MJ's maid was giving him fucking anesthesia and shit, bro.
Mr. Combs.
And let's talk. Like they said, MJ was taking like 70 blue Xanax and anesthesia. 70 blue Xanax a night, bro. Could you imagine that?
Why? There has to be reasons that come out why this man was not only him, but why do fucking people do that? Like
70 blue Xannies a night. Plus you're taking anesthesia. Anesthesia doesn't even make you sleep though, bro. It just puts you out. When you wake up, you don't feel rested. You feel fucking groggy for a little bit, and then you're woke up again. That wasn't sleeping, Mike. He said he had a problem sleeping.
Yeah, that's why
they were knocking him out, bro. Like I know he gets I know them Xannies, you build tolerances and shit. Yeah, but how the fuck can you build a tolerance to 70 of them?
Fuck was stopping you from sleeping?
Dude, 70 didn't help you sleep? What the fuck?
And then you gotta think about it, the size
what
of
the fuck?
Them pills is eating up his stomach.
Oh, absolutely. Bro, they say that's the closest to death that they can get you is anesthesia. They get you to the very brink of death, bro. That's a fact. And then they know how to wake you up in time when surgery just happens to be over. I don't know how they time it like they do. Maybe on the milliliters and shit, you know. I don't know, but
yeah, that's why they don't say that's
awfully wicked to me, man. I hate it when my mom's got to go do it next month.
That's why they tell you don't eat before you go there. Because that anesthesia, the food will suck up that anesthesia. That's why they tell you don't eat before you go get surgery.
Yeah, she's got to go do it next month.
You can't eat like at least 6 hours or 8 hours before you get that because they know they
wake you up like a half hour later. You just got out of surgery. It's like, that's just crazy, bro.
And used his affiliation with local gangs and gang leaders who would frequent his homes in L.A.
Actually, motherfucker, wake up mid-surgery.
Miami to secure the drugs and guns he obtained and distributed out of his homes in L.A. and Miami. Defendants executed their RICO enterprise with threats of violence, threatening to eat plaintiff's face.
Wake up with your fucking heart on the fucking platter.
What's going over there?
Oh, dude, I'd freak. Oh my
playing and distributing guns and
But there's
playing
a movie like that, right?
bragging about having law
Yeah.
enforcement under control,
I forgot the
bragging
name.
about murdering people, and bragging about bribing witnesses and jurors in a criminal case concerning the 1999 NYC shooting with Shy. Defendants executed the
jurors?
RICO enterprise
Oh, this
with
is
threats of isolation.
Dude, do you guys understand how deep this is? He was bragging about murdering people and bragging about witnesses and jurors in the 99 nightclub shooting with Sean. He was bragging about owning the jurors. Bro, dude. My God, bro. It's a big criminal enterprise, and he's getting ready to get fucked up.
Why?
Dude, he's putting it together. Look, he said defendants executed their RICO enterprise
From the music
Tell
and
the
entertainment industry, parading powerful music industry executives
This
such
fucking lawsuit is a snitch note, dude.
as defendants Lucy and Charles Grange. Ethiopia had at its parties filled with S workers, minors, and illegal drugs such as ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms. Defendants executed their RICO enterprise with threats of non-payment for work completed, fake promises of cash payments, $250,000 producer of the year, Grammy Awards, and guaranteed access to future projects, and a $20 million home on Star Island in Miami. Mr. Combs is allowed to wreak havoc. While living and traveling with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones discovered that Mr. Combs has hidden cameras in every room of his homes, hence why they hit the Miami home and the Los Angeles home. But let's get to it. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs has recorded the defendants Lucy and Charles Grange, Ethiopia Hab, as well as other celebrities, music label executives, politicians, and athletes. Oh, it gets deep. Upon information and belief, these individuals were recorded without their knowledge and consent. And as in the case of homosexual sex tape with Stevie J that Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones, Mr. Combs possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his RICO parties and his house parties. Upon information and belief due to this treasure trove of evidence he has in his possession, Mr. Combs believes that he is above the law and
It's fucking blackmail, y'all. It's blackmail.
untouchable. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs employs Jose Cruz as his IT director. This writer has spoken to several former employees of Mr. Combs who confirmed that Jose Cruz is the gatekeeper of all Mr. Combs recordings. Upon information and belief, Jose Cruz intentionally hides behind the camera from social media and the internet due to all the incriminating acts he was required to record for Mr. Combs. This is crazy.
Dude, he's got it.
First cause of action,
Dude,
conduct and participation.
Man, this is ugly, bro.
In RICO enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity, violation of racketeering influence and corrupt organization acts codified at 18 USC 1962A C through D against defendants Lucy and Charles Grange, Ethiopia Hab, Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Christina Coram, Combs Global, Motown Records, Love Records, and Universal Music Group. Mr. Jones incorporates by reference all preceding paragraphs and realleges them as if set forth fully herein. As respondent superior defendants Lucy and Charles Grange, Ethiopia Hab, Combs Global, Motown Records, Love Records, and Universal Music Group, the respondent superior collective are 100% liable for the actions of Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Christina Coram, as they were all acting in their capacities as the respondent superior collective's employees when they committed the acts detailed below. The respondent superior collective failed to adequately monitor, warn, or supervise the actions of Sean Combs, Justin Combs, and Christina Coram. Defendants are individuals and/or entities within the meaning of person as defined in 18 USC 1961-3 because each is capable of holding and does hold a legal beneficial interest in property. The association is composed of Lucy and Charles Grange, Ethiopia Hab, Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Christina Coram, Combs Global, Motown Records, Love Records, Universal Music Group, Sean and Jane Doe's 1 through 10, and ABC Corporations 1 through 10. So we're going to skip through these right here because it just essentially talks about the damn RICOs. So I think that's going to end up.
If he lives in California, why is New York going at him?
Because New York is the hub for the federal trial. It's going to take place in New York.
Gotcha.
So they're like the district that's going to take place of the investigation, basically. Or the people that's at least going to try him. You know what I mean? They're like, I don't know. They didn't say though, did they? I mean, he doesn't have really a case yet. What's up, Brooklyn? What up, Banga? Yeah, he doesn't have a case yet, does he? So I mean, who knows? I know that they said it was out of the raids were conducted out of New York City, Southern District, and they're the ones that are banging people, bro. They went after Trump. They went after fucking all kinds of people, dude.
Yeah, they went after Takashi.
They got Takashi. They got
Oh,
Casanova.
yeah.
Yeah, it's them dudes, man.
Fine.
It is them dudes, man. That Southern District's a bad motherfucker, bro.
Too.
Huh?
Tax Stone.
Yeah. No, Tax Stone's a state case. Tax had a state case. Yeah, that wasn't fed.
That's the same people that went after K Flock. They went after Chef G.
But the I remember though the Tax Stone case that is fed is Southern District though. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yep. That's a badass district, dude. They stay on their shit.
Oh,
They
you
stay
know
on
who else
their
they
shit.
went after? The person that came up with the RICO law. What's his name? The one that went after the Gotti family and the mafia and the mayor from New York.
That was the United States. That was the Southern District. They got they lost to the that one music group, whatever it was. Yeah, that was the lawsuit for Diddy, dude. That was like a fucking that was like a probable cause affidavit for the police, dude. That wasn't even read like a fucking lawsuit, was it? It was built like a fucking probable cause affidavit to go arrest him.
Yeah.
It was, dude. It was like, look at all this shit he's doing. Go get him.
It looked like the same. It looked like the same paperwork that came up with Cash.
Yeah, they lost to Murder Inc. Southern District lost to Murder Inc. Yep, I remember that. But let me tell you something. If all that shit that man said was true, and he's not lying about that, which I don't know people that would lie in front of the courts. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I just don't know. But if that's all true, and that murder happened in that bathroom, like he said it did, P. Diddy is fucked, bro. P. Diddy is fucked. He's screwed, dude. That's murder, homie.
Yo, Kevin Jones, how did they lose?
Murder Inc. beat him, bro. He went broke though. Irv Gotti went broke though.
I wonder if somebody could get that.
He had to sell his whole life story and shit.
Yo,
to
AD, I
Hulu.
wonder if somebody could get that documentation of 50 Cent snitching back in the days on Supreme Team.
I think it's sealed.
Yeah, it's sealed, but
You ain't never gonna get it.
really, there's
Yeah, if it's sealed, you're never gonna get it, bro.
wow,
That's federal.
wow.
Yeah, Murder Inc. ain't working no more. So yeah, they kind of won. But that was kind of like from a breakup, though, wasn't it? If they would have stayed solid and tried to build that back, they might have been able to do it. You know, they kind of broke up. Irv Gotti was a fucking narcissist too.
Yeah,
He thought he was the shit.
you still see him doing interviews, acting relevant.
Yeah. Well, he sold his story and got rich again.
What store?
His story.
Oh,
Yeah. He sold the story of Murder Inc. I think he sold it to Hulu. You know, fucking 10 million, a guy his age, he'll live good the rest of his life. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers, man, P. Diddy, I think these dudes are just getting groomed from a young age, you know? From what I'm hearing, dude, they're running around grab assing and shit, grabbing people by the asshole and shit, dude. It's fucking weird.
you know what's funny?
These dudes are weird, bro.
Funny. Pop Smoke before he died, he went to a Diddy party. I'm not saying anything at all. I'm not saying
Right.
His
So it's fabulous and all. They went to Diddy parties. They just don't want to go back.
Quavo invited him.
Nobody wants to go back, bro.
And Quavo's a big attender. He goes to every party. This fucking Bobby Shmurda's a big Diddy fan. And I could see that. Bobby's a little
Bobby fucking is different, bro. But I don't think he's gay. He likes women, dude.
No, of course, but
I think Bobby like, hey man, I don't know.
I
don't know, dude. The way I'm seeing things now, I don't know what the fuck is going on with that industry, dude. I don't even want to know. Yeah, I do want to know because it's fucking great entertainment. But I think it's I think if the 90s kind of built hip hop, then hip hop's broken, bro. Hip hop's broken.
Yeah.
It's broken, dude.
You know what's funny?
It's fucking broken.
I wish a lot of people in the chat that's from the Bronx could speak on this, but I've heard a lot of people say from the Bronx that Fat Joe did Big Pun and his family bad.
I bet.
I've heard that from a lot of people.
I bet. All right, y'all. I'm not gonna keep y'all any longer. I appreciate you guys, man.
All right, leave me up here. I'm gonna do the show.
All right, G. I'll leave you up. Peace. Nas Ben said hip hop is dead. It's kind of broken, isn't it? Like I don't know who's doing it for the fucking.
That's funny. Fat Joe's the Spanish version of Diddy. He's not in the Bronx, fucking dudes. Nah, come on, man.
Dude. They're gonna bust Jay-Z out next, bro.
Yeah.
They gonna split Jay-Z's fucking wig next if he gets him. Watch. Dude, you think these people ain't gonna snitch? I think all of them are gonna tell. They're gonna all tell on each other, bro. And then they're gonna investigate them for another 100 years.
Beyonce wants a divorce.
Fuck. Come holler at me, Beyonce. I'll treat you good. All right, Jess. I appreciate you, G.
I'm gonna continue to do the show, man. Leave me up here. Nah.
All right, I got you. I'm down. I'm out. I was going to jump down too. I was going to jump down. He's going to be like, oh shit. Hey man, thanks Net Stars. I appreciate y'all. Go holler at my dude Net, man. Go holler at my dude Net Stars. He's like so close to getting to 2 G's. He needs that. Go holler at him. Go sub to him. I appreciate y'all, man. Who the fuck? Oh, that's my daughter. What's up, kiddo? Yeah, hold on, man. Let me get off here. All right, y'all. Y'all have a beautiful evening, man. I do appreciate y'all for real, for real. Hey, just remember, man, Glock don't come with safeties, y'all. For real.
Glock don't come with safeties. The only time I'm safe is when I'm dangerous. Posted in the 30 with this 30, trying to leave them brainless. We still in the jets, exactly where them boys say we ain't hanging. Put cheese on my head, I come collect that shit. You think I'm playing? Trouble hop out busting at it, brother. Miss you know I'm hitting. We got O's and Bo's in here, and we got wood cook in the kitchen. If I say go get them, they go get them. Young boy fingers itching, fingers squeezing on the trigger. They heard all them glitches. Money, man, I run it up. If I fall off, I'm poking shit. Told that bitch quit asking questions. I hate all that notice shit. We send shots the whole year round, no ring around the road and shit. Mala bro, he makes you vanish. He with hocus pocus shit. Chopper bust, they hit the ground. It's too many sticks around. We known to get greasy, pussy. Don't you have your bitch around? Switch up on this bitch. I catch him deep, get a whole click around. Put us in the mission shit that we ain't do. We spinning now. Bitch keep trying to tell me slide. Think she trying to set the pick. But the hoes been tripping, texting my bitch on that message shit. Left a bro out there with his brains out. Yeah, that's that message shit.